Traveling full-time is honestly the best thing that we have ever done, but visas is a real sticking point. Whether you're just wanting to take like an extended holiday, if you're an expat or a digital nomad or like a full-time traveler, like you constantly have to be thinking about visas. We mention it a lot in our book about how to travel full-time, and we get lots of questions about it as well. Not just about how we travel full-time, how you can as well, but about how we have handled the visas in particular countries. So we're in Bali at the moment, and we want to spend about 6 or 7 weeks here. Most people get 4 weeks by default. So we thought it'd be really interesting to just capture like how you extend a visa here, because we have not actually been through it in Indonesia. So hopefully it's really interesting for those of you guys that are just like, how do you guys do it? Like what's involved? And then hopefully it is even more like really helpful for anybody that is coming here and wants to try and do the same. So I'm happy to say that we have done it already. This is like a recap at the start. The very first thing that is super critical when you're coming to Indonesia is when you arrive in Bali, which is where most people do. Even if you get 30 days for free as part of your residency, which we as New Zealanders do, you have to pay for the visa on arrival, which is about $30 US, because that is the only one that can be extended. The free one cannot be extended. So once you've done that, you're all good. And then there's a massive difference between if you extend by yourself or if you use an agent. If you extend by yourself, you have to do 3 trips, which take about an hour in each direction, plus loads of waiting around, versus doing it with an agent, you only have to make 1 trip to immigration. So for us, it is worthwhile using an agent. So our friends recommended a place called Visa Agent Bali. Would you say this is pretty central?
Yeah, I think so, central in Canggu.
So it's very easy to get to as well. And no, we don't need a taxi, thank you though. So we don't really know how this process plays out.
No. I've got no idea.
No,
I think we take our passports and our money.
Yeah, and it depends on how much time you have left. We should have sussed this a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
So we're going to go in now, and I suppose we just got to chat and be like, hey,
help.
we want to stay longer. Steve and Jen say this is the place, so I think we're not going to have any troubles, all right? We'll find out.
Fingers crossed. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
So now we've got to make a decision between which one we're going to do. So this is the visa on arrival extension, and they offer all sorts of different prices based on how much time you've got. We left it too late to really survive 14 working days, so about 3 weeks really, because that would have been 700,000. So it's our own fault, but we're going to have to go for the 4 to 5 working days because there's not really anything in the middle there. But still, 1 million is pretty cheap to be able to stay in the country. And if you've really messed up, then you can always just pay the 2 working days, because you don't really want to be pissing around with overstaying fees and processing and all sorts of stuff like that. This is the staff here. Everybody's been very nice. Nope, no one's looking now.
Shy.
They're all helping us a lot. So because we only have to do that 1 visit to immigration instead of the 3, the 4 to 5 working days actually starts after we have done that. So we'll probably go next week, which pretty much means that then once we take the photos and do the fingerprints and stuff like that, then the process starts for that 4 to 5 working days. So it means we only have to do that 1 massive mission of a trip, and then we can come back and collect from here when we get our passports back, which sounds like it is so much simpler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot simpler. So basically they're just doing a bunch of paperwork. We're just going to sort out the prices and everything, and then that's literally like phase 1 done. I suppose phase 2 will be the photos, and then the third one is that we can come pick it up, and then we get to stay without having to leave and do a border bounce, which is a lot easier than Thailand.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Terima kasih. Bye. See you on YouTube.
See you.
That was so nice. They're so friendly in there. I feel like we were just like hanging out and chatting with them for half the time. Yeah. It's literally hitting me in the forehead. Just getting this massive tree here out of my way. So it's a couple of days later now. I'll just casually hold this. It's a couple of days later now. The visa thing the other day when we were actually in the office with them was super simple, because I was shocked. We didn't fill out anything.
No, we just signed our names.
We literally signed 1 document, made payment, walked out the door, and they were like, you'll hear from us soon. And we did. Literally that afternoon we got a message on WhatsApp saying, here's who you're meeting, here's the directions, and this is the day and time that you need to go. And that's today basically.
So that's today. So today the plan is the next phase is to drive to Immigration in Denpasar, which we've...
I say Denpasar Jimbaran, I don't know how that works, but it's that sort of, random.
Somewhere around that area. Basically, we've looked on maps and it's about a 45-minute drive, but it could potentially take up to like an hour and a half, depending on traffic. So we've packed some snacks in a backpack.
So just literally,
Priorities.
we're having breakfast now, just sitting up on our balcony about to have breakfast so that we can be fueled and ready for the trek. It's actually a pretty painless drive from Canggu. It took us about 50 minutes, so maybe closer to an hour, which was fine. There's a lot of like big, open, wide roads, so even if you're not comfortable on a scooter, one thing that saved me and could be very helpful is wireless headphones connected to your phone that has Google Maps on it. So I just had like a very small, I just had very like light background music playing, so I could still hear the engine and everything, and the cars around me and stuff. And then every now and then Google would chime in and be like, take this left. And it was like, that was just a nice, easy way to get here. But this is Immigration. We were gonna sort of document this differently, but you can't film inside these places. That's often the case. We basically went in, had a WhatsApp number for our guy that we were meeting, Ricky. I just sent him a message. He asked where you were and like what your name is. I just listed our full names. And then we found each other in the place. He gave us a form and a number. And basically we just sat there and waited. They called out in the audio with like, almost like a flight attendant, like a bing bong, number 170, whatever, come to like the photo booth. And literally we just stood there and waited for that. Our number came up. And within an hour of arriving, we pretty much had met Ricky, waited for our number, gone into the photo booth. You just sit down, do all 10 fingers, and then get your photo taken, and then you give the piece of paper back to the agent, who's the same guy, Ricky, and that's it, we're literally done. So you're pretty much looking at like an hour drive to get here, 1 hour of just like hanging out, waiting, 10 minutes of like in the middle there of actually doing something, sitting with like an officer, and then we can drive back now, and then I think this is when the 4 or 5 business days start. Then we'll get a message to say our passport's back in Canggu, and that's it, easy. Phase 3 has been activated. So 3 days ago that we did our extension, we did the run to Immigration, and we just got a message, we got a message yesterday actually, so only 2 days time, we look so cool, only 2 days later, we pretty much got a message to say that we're done.
Yeah, that was much faster than the 4 to 5 business days that we thought it was going to take.
Jackpot, so I think we probably could have gone for the other one.
Listen, hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Isn't it just? So we're gonna get picked up now. I don't think we need to do anything. I think we can just roll in and be like, we're finished. Can we
Please?
Can we get them back? Let's do this thing.
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
Hello.
Pick up your passport,
Yes,
right?
please.
Yeah, have
Yes.
a seat. Okay, thank you.
Very easy. That was just literally pick up and we're done. Is there any other value that we can add to this video for people that are going to do the same? I feel like we've covered everything.
I think don't be afraid to pay the money for the agent, because it is a little bit more expensive, but it just takes all the hassle out of everything.
Yeah, there are lots of agents, by the way. That, like, we're not working with these guys or anything. It just happens to be who we've used. We've got friends that have got other agents and all sorts of stuff. So I think that's about as much as we can share. It's really loud out here, so I think we might as well wrap this one up. Go.
Thank you so much for watching.
Catch you in the comments.